The United States is very divided on gun control, and I could definitely see why. I've been in the business of education for over 15 years, and throughout that entire time, I've seen a lot of the stories of things that have come about in our culture, and it is easy to take, when you see mass shootings, it's easy to take the blame and put them into, well, if this person didn't have this particular weapon, of course, you wouldn't have had the results that you had. Because most gun violence and most mass shootings, those numbers of deaths per incident are rising quite a bit. And I definitely see the point. If you live in America, you live a relatively peaceful life. For the most part, you enjoy baseball games and going to the mall and seeing movies and having picnics and grilling and barbecuing and visiting with friends and that sort of thing. However, most of the world doesn't live like that. More than half the countries in the world are dealing with violence through dictators and/or civil wars and/or spiritual wars. And for the last few years, there's been hundreds of thousands of innocent victims killed through these things. Most of these people are families who just happen to have a geographical disadvantage that the United States citizens don't have. Part of that disadvantage is just having a lack of guns, having a lack of a way to protect your family, your towns, and/or your states. If you don't have military weapons to protect against military weapons, you are absolutely defenseless. And the reality is, to suggest that law-abiding American citizens should not be able to buy military equivalent weapons would take a lot of trust in politicians, which of course only fools have. Not just trusting that they are there to protect us in the event that violence comes upon us, or they're protect us in the event that there's intruders into our cities or towns. But more so, the trust that they would never, there is no chance that any leaders of this country would turn against its own citizens. Of course, being of a Cherokee descent, I can tell you that's already happened several times. But not only would you have to have that kind of trust, but you'd also have to have the comfort level that now as citizens, we can once again go to ball games, we can once again go to the malls, our schools, our churches, and our homes, and be very, very confident that some sort of crazy person is not going to show up and cause violence. More so, when you see these violent attacks, when you see these gun attacks on these types of places, what you tend to see them is they're using military weapons. Usually it's AK-47s, AR-15s, or high-capacity handguns. And the reality is these people tend to not buy these guns legally. So to suggest that I can't, a law-abiding, tax-paying American, can't go buy equivalent guns is essentially suggesting that I should have a disadvantage to criminals when it comes to protecting myself and my family. Now again, I can see where the division is. If you're sitting there very safe and you've never had violence come upon you, and you're going to your ball games and you're going to your concerts and you're going throughout the malls and enjoying the time with your friends, the reality is that you are living kind of the unusual life compared to most people in the world, and there's not much that separates you from them. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you probably go out and buy a gun yourself. So I hope you like this video. I hope it helps. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. You can also now find us at godfamilyandguns.org and God Family and Guns at Facebook. But by far the most important part of this YouTube channel is it really is a ministry to us, and we really do take prayer requests, so please don't ever hesitate to send that stuff in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.